there! I can see you're watching our video. We're here in some old Mayan monuments. What is this place, you may wonder? This place is called TakAlik, and in English, standing stones. This is a drain made by people from TakAlik, made of carving stones. This drain was made of in a staggered way for the water to go through and flow.
Hey, back here. You can turn the camera around by swipping on the screen. It's simple. So, as you can see, behind me we've got this altar that represented a king riding a crocodile. It was also a door to the underworld, and certain people could use them because the mortals couldn't come back. It was only for the kings and the chiefs that ruled in the Mayan culture.
I'm here too. As you can see, we're surrounded by monuments all around. We will walk you through the sites and explain to you why this place is and still is a special place.
Look around. We're in the center area of the city.
In this plaza, there are three main buildings, as you can see. The citizens from TakAlik use these three main buildings to guide themselves from the sunset and the sunrise.
Fun fact, the Mayans and the Olmecs weren't that different. One of the most important ones was the way they did their sculptures, because that was very important for both of them.
That's why this culture is not your typical Mayan culture. In fact, people today still do the similar or same rituals they did back in the day. In here, they discover one of the oldest Mayan king there is registered in Mesoamerica. Now, for you to understand better, we're gonna invite a friend of ours for him to explain to you.
So, not just the oldest recorded king was discovered here, they also discovered the power and importance kings had here. They discovered the kings were the ones that would plan the entire city that you're seeing right now, and even more. In fact, the city is 6 kilometers long, and the king would get here and plan the whole thing before it even was built. Then they also discovered the power that they had. They were able to build necklaces with jade, that was some really hard jade, that would use tons of obsidian to be able to cut and manufacture those jade products that they would wear for when they died. That's the only way they know that the kings were buried here, because they only see the amulets and things that they would wear. No bones are able to be found here because of the type of ground.
This Mayan city is located in the department of Retauleu, southern Guatemala.
This city had also a great connection with other Mayan cities, and it was really commercial too.
A city you might also know is Tikal. They had a great connection with TakAlik.
This was very important in marketing in the Mayan culture because they used to recollect jade, obsidian, and other exotic resources.
And now, with a special guest.
You may think that the most valuable monuments are the most complicated, but it isn't. The most simple and shiniest monument, like a mirror, will be the most valuable, because the thing that were as simple as a mirror, shiny, were really important to the Mayan, because shiny stuff had a really deep meaning, like beauty and power. And this stone is the one that gives the name TakAlik. TakAlik means a standing stone, and this is a standing stone. So you don't find stones like this here in Retauleu. So this stone was carried from the upper part of Guatemala to lower part of Guatemala, and I mean, it's a really important rock. So
Follow me.
Hurry up!
So now we're standing at Estación Piecitos, which is literally how it's called. Here is where the astronomer of the city would stand in this rock, where there are marks of feet, and they would stand like that and look at the sun on December 21st, the winter solstice. They would see the sun rise as the year would end, and a new year would come. The Mayans used to measure time and the whole year as the sun moved a complete arc back and forth. On the On the summer solstice, it was over there. Winter solstice, it was over there. That is literally the way the Mayans used to measure the year, and whenever it got here, a full year had passed, and great things had happened for them.
The Olmecs used to align the rocks with the stars above, but not just any stars, with the Ursa Major constellation.
But then, when the stars in the universe changed, their newly called Mayas decided they had to change the rocks to align with the new constellation, the Drago constellation.
As you can see, this is a drain, but this is a sacred drain. So as you can see here, we have this a monument, which has the form of a snake, and they cut it in half so they can put it in there, and the other side of the drain, and it can be sacred.
This is el cargador del ancestro, or the ancestor carrier. This to the Maya represented a lot of things: power, history, and protection. What we're trying to do is preserve this history before it's gone.
And with that, it gives you the hello and the goodbye. I hope you are a little bit more interested in the Mayan culture. Thank you for watching our video. Bye! Adios!
Au revoir.
Atpalipi Ospo.
再见。
We are.
Привет. Ciao. Since we want to preserve this site, please clean after yourself and respect the environment.